At the last retreat that we had with Dr. King, he enlightened us, and he kind of made me angry because at that time I'd been in jail 85 times, and I could name you some 15 or 20 of my friends had been murdered in these various demonstrations. And Dr. King kept saying to us, we have gone around the mountain long enough. Now it's time to come in and enhance the land. And I found this, I don't understand what you mean, Dr. King. I don't follow you. I get the impression you're saying, out of all the beatings and the jailings and the blood spilling, all of the civil rights activities, we have only been on the perimeter of this civil rights movement. And he said, Hosea, you held it long and I thought you could, but that's exactly what I mean. And he went on to say that black people in America will never, never be free. Never. Just by wiping out racism. If black people wiped out every vestige of racism in America and totally integrated every aspect of American life, they would not be free. If black people will never be free, and he said it with such an emphasis, until we control our fair share of the economy, that our society was economically driven. The politicians make the laws and they implement or they supervise the implementation of the laws. But these politicians do what those boys with that money said do. And that's when he said that we must shift from the civil rights demands into the economic demands.
I want you to stick around to the end because I want you to hear what else Mr. Williams had to say. So let's put some respect on this man's name for Black History Month, one of the forgotten soldiers in the whole civil rights movement, Hosea Williams. So they asked what keep me motivated, what made me even, go so hard in this information. It's because of people like this man here. When you hear from his own mouth, a man who literally was a soldier for the movement, Purple Heart from World War II, came, had a prestigious career as a businessman and a scientist out there in Savannah, getting money, doing his thing. He put his whole career and livelihood on the line to go stand with Martin Luther King to do this whole civil rights movement. And after he take loss after loss, after he go through buku political positions from the local, city, and the state level, over a decade plus worth of experience in politics, being in the grassroots level on the ground, this man came out and said that he realized that we was being played, steady chasing civil rights, steady worrying about the racism play when the real play was the capitalism. Because this is how this nation works. So the moment that we gave up capitalism and in our own communities chasing civil rights, he say the movement was over. They watched it happen. They was able to live he was able to live to tell his story, but it was written out. And a lot of people don't even care what the man got to say. He literally goes on to say in this video how you cannot trust a politician just because they are black. If you did not fund that politician, you have no recourse in what they're going to do while they're in office because you wasn't the one that funded them to get there. This man was a Democrat now. He ain't just speaking about no racist Republicans. He talking about Democrats. He literally was naming names. He talked about Maynard Jackson in Atlanta. He literally showed how in Atlanta he saw a thriving community. He talked about Auburn Ave a lot, places that he was really at. And he came up through the political race in Georgia, so I would assume he know more about what he talking about than me or you. He did more for civil rights than me or you. The same thing that to this day they're still trying to champion within the Democratic Party. These folks trying to tell us we can't go get no ID to vote, bro. Instead of talking about this bullshit when this man knew back then. He passed away in 2000, so this video had to be from the 90s. I'm just assuming it's from the 90s. So he knew this then. And here we are now in 2026, bro. They still talking about us some civil rights and what we need to be worried about when if he said that the economy was bad for black people in the 90s, well, what you think it looked like now? I'm just saying. So don't argue with me. Go argue with Hosea Williams, who actually lived through this to tell the other side. I'm just saying, sometimes your common sense and your logic gotta override your feelings and the programming, bro.
And that's what made, I don't know, to be honest about it, black people today are worse off in America than we were 35 years ago. Because not only have we not gained our fair share of America's economy, we have lost control of the economics of our communities. And that's across this country, not just in Orbit Avenue. It's true in Harlem. It's true in Boston, Washington. And it's been amazing to me that the white power structure obviously came to their senses and said, stop repressing them, stop rejecting them, open the door and let them come on in. And black people unwisely throughout this nation went out through white America and spent all of our money. White America did not reciprocate, did not spend hardly any money in the black community. And the black community across America went broke. That's